Hi, this is Benton with Bugout, and today we're going to show you a few different tools that you can use to breach a fence. In this case, we're using a standard galvanized steel fence. There are aluminum chain link fences out there, but most are galvanized steel. So we're going to use a galvanized steel fence for this demonstration. First, we're going to try a standard pair of tinners. We'll give these a go. Ugh. You really gotta squeeze hard. They work, but it's a little difficult. They do work. Next, every garage has a pair of standard needle nose pliers with a wire cutter in the middle. We'll see how they work. They actually work a little better than the tinners. That's not too surprising. These are a diagonal cutter design. Oops. They're meant to cut wire. Still a little difficult, but doable. Alright, next we're going to try the Leatherman Wave. We have this product featured on our website. We highly recommend it, and we're going to show you one more utility that you might use with your Leatherman. These work even easier than the pliers. Yeah, that's not too bad. Alright, next we're going to try a standard pair of side cutters. This is an 8-inch Crescent. There's 1,000 different style side cutters out in the market, but just for this purpose, we'll try a standard pair of side cutters. These are the easiest by far. Now that's a good fence breaching tool. Lightweight, easy to use, that's a good choice. Last, we're going to try a fencing tool. This is the standard 10-inch Vise Grip model. They're meant to cut fence, so let's give them a go. Yeah, these work pretty slick. Only drawback, the cutting head's a little small, but you have so much more force designed in the cutter where they make real quick work of that chain link fence. Now, the Leatherman works real well. We recommend it. Side cutters work great. They're meant for this sort of work. Works just as easily a pair of side or fencing tool. Sorry about that. But you can check out our related video and see that just beyond cutting a fence, you can really hammer home anything you might need. Last thing we're going to try. This is a little bit thicker galvanized steel wire as compared to our standard chain link fence. This will be more comparable to a barbed wire fence. We'll see how our tools stack up. First, the tinners. Oh! Yeah, those are no good. No way. Let's try our needle nose pliers. Oh! Yeah, they work, but boy, you really got to squeeze hard on them. Not such a great tool. Now, the Leatherman Wave. Yeah, these actually work a little bit easier. Still a little difficult, not a big tool, but if you really had to, the Leatherman Wave will take care of that fence. Now, let's try the side cutters again. Oh yeah, much easier. Yeah, those work pretty slick. Lastly, the fencing tool. Yeah, that cut it pretty easy. That's not too bad. So once again, to show you, the fencing tool is a good option. And like we said, check out our related video on how not just cutting a fence, you can break your way into anything you can possibly need. Not only do we have a claw end, you can dig or break anything you need. The hammer end, it's very aggressive. So highly recommend checking out our related video. Thanks for watching.